Well, South Africa faces a critical shortage of healthcare workers. The Health and Welfare SETA says more needs to be done to attract school leavers to actually join the sector. It's launched a career portal to encourage pupils to pursue health, social development and veterinary-related careers. Let's chat more about this now with Elaine Brass from the SETA. Elaine, a very good morning. Thanks so much for your time. So just give us a little bit more about what your research has actually revealed.
Thank you so much, Uveka. Well, there's been some research recently. One is a recent data released around critical skills shortages. The World Health Organization projects a worldwide workforce shortage of about 18 million healthcare workers by 2030. But besides that, Uveka, we've also got the South Africa PATSWeb's Critical Skills Survey that also highlights shortages with health professionals, related clinical sciences, and of course also the Department of Home Affairs has also recently published its draft critical skills list for South Africa. General medical practitioners, registered nurses, hospital personnel, retail and industrial pharmacists are some of those on that critical skills list.
Well, Elaine, we have to try and wrap our minds around this. We're constantly seeing these horrible unemployment figures where, we're told our youth basically are going to suffer, they have nowhere to go, but yet we see research like this that shows that we are lacking skills, there are gaps, there are places that need to be filled. Help us understand that, what's happening or what's not happening here.
No, absolutely. So we definitely have the skill shortages. We need to just ensure that the skills that we develop in South Africa are matched to the demand. So especially in the health and social development sectors, veterinary sectors, we need to ensure that we train people for the jobs that are there and that are needed in those sectors.
So at what stage do we start that? I mean, do we start in high school? Do we start with when they're choosing courses, when they're choosing subjects? I would imagine we have to go all the way back there so that that groundwork is done. But I'm not a teacher, I'm not an expert, so you tell us.
No, absolutely. So we should even really be starting in the primary school level. This is the stage where a young child is excited about what they will want to be when they grow up one day. So we need to start there. Of course, then we have learners that enter the high school level. There it is quite critical around the choice of subjects. So there already a young learner needs to be thinking about what their passion is, where they would like to go in life. And then, of course, by the time you in matric, and it is a fact that most young people have no idea where they would like to go, then again, there's another opportunity to ensure that we give the correct information or we give enough information to that young learner so that they could make the right career choices.
And Elaine, I mean, just judging where we've been since the beginning of the year when it comes to tertiary education, higher education, we saw the fees issue raise its head again. It's going to be a constant problem until we actually get it right. So what would you say to any young person who's sitting at home today going, but I can't afford it, my parents can't afford, we're the missing middle, we're the unfortunate ones who might not be able to, I can't afford university. What are the options out there that if you can't make it to university, you can still get into this line of work and still train for it? What are the opportunities out there and the places to go do it?
Absolutely, Uveka. There are still opportunities. And my message to young learners today is please don't lose hope. Times have been extremely difficult, but we need to find those opportunities. And that is also why the Health and Welfare Sector Education and Training Authority launched its careers portal. We actually found that we can reach more learners through a career portal. It is easy to navigate. And on this particular portal, once you get onto the portal and register, there are some questions it asks you, whether you like to work with people or alone, with people or with animals. And those questions then direct you into perhaps the direction that you would like to go that best suits you. And then after you, the portal will indicate a variety of occupations that you can enter. And then based on that, the portal portal also then guides you as to where you can study this and also where you can possibly get funding. But Uveka, it is not only tertiary education, university education that is needed in our country at this point in time. We need artisans, we need mid-level skills. So don't think just because you can't get into university for whatever reason that is the end. Don't lose hope. There are so many occupations out there. If you go onto our portal, you'll actually see hundreds of different types of occupations in health, social development, and veterinary science.
Elaine, thanks very much. Well, if COVID has shown us one thing, it has shown us that we have these skill shortages, but it's also, I'm sure, piqued your interest as to where you can find your place in this. So go ahead, get on to the portal there, and it's hw-careers.co.za if you want to see if you can find your way there. Coming